Before the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Kyle Richards met Morgan Wade, she had never, ever questioned her sexuality. But as public speculation about their close friendship ramped up, Kyle found herself on an uncharted journey of self-discovery. When the chatter first started happening, before the music video and all that would never have crossed my mind, she explained to host Andy Cohen during RHOB Season 14's Reunion Part 3. I have a very specific type, and I started thinking, is this a crush? I don't know. After some lighthearted banter with sister Kathy Hilton, Kyle continued, it did make me think, well, what is going on here? You know, maybe I'm not seeing something. Later, relentless press speculation about the nature of Kyle and Morgan's relationship made Kyle realize that she needed to address the rumors, as well as how she was questioning her sexuality. With her 4 daughters Alexia Umansky, Portia Umansky, Sophia Umansky, and Farrah Brittany Aljafree. Honestly, it was just a really proud moment for me, as a mom, how my daughters reacted, Kyle shared at the reunion, adding, it was a very uncomfortable, hard conversation to have. I wanted them to be always proud of me, and I didn't want to embarrass them. Though all 4 girls were very supportive, 16-year-old Portia's response particularly touched the RHOBH mom. She came over and she put her arms around me and she said, I love you, and there's nothing you could say that would make us not love you, Kyle recalled. It gave me the freedom to say, Oak, I can do what I want and be who I want, and do what makes me happy, regardless of where I end up and who I end up being with. Kyle may have a love life update to share in the not-so-distant future, too. While discussing Mauricio's very public romances, she announced at the reunion, I want to move on in that aspect too, and I will be, very soon. During the RHOBH Season 14 group trip to St. Lucia, Kyle clarified that there's no situation with Morgan. One day, maybe I'll have a great story to share with you guys. She answered after Garcelle Beauvais called out her secrecy about the country singer. Maybe I will, maybe I don't. Kyle's reluctant explanation for no longer discussing Morgan on camera, albeit vague, was more than she'd divulged most of the season. The reason? Morgan did not sign up for this show, she added during Part 1 of the reunion. She does not want to be part of it. She's not a part of the cast. Revealing that Morgan previously filmed RHOB Season 13 as a favor to her, Kyle elaborated. What ensued after that created a lot of anxiety for her, and she didn't ask for this life. As the duo tours Europe together, don't miss the new details Kyle shared about her and Morgan's travels abroad. Kyle Richards makes a major admission about Morgan Wade. Is this a crush? In the sparkling realm of reality television, where the lines between friendship and rivalry can often blur, Kyle Richards has long stood out as a prominent figure navigated by emotion and authenticity. As a cast member of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, her journey has seen triumphs, heartbreaks, and heartfelt moments. Recently, however, she made headlines with a candid admission regarding her budding relationship with country singer Morgan Wade. What began as a friendship has taken on a life of its own, leaving fans and viewers alike wondering, is this a crush? The episode that sparked the widespread speculation began with a casual reunion of the housewives, an intimate gathering marked by laughter and lighthearted banter. As Kyle settled into the conversation, her friends couldn't help but poke fun at her disposition. What's going on with you and Morgan? Lisa Rinna teased, a mischievous glimmer in her eye. You seem a little too giddy whenever she's brushing off the suggestion lightly. Oh, come on, we're just friends. But her laughter betrayed a deeper sentiment, one that hinted at the roller coaster of emotions beneath the surface. The chemistry between the 2 women was undeniable, each sharing a connection that felt tangible even through the screen. As conversations flowed and cocktails were sipped, Andy Cohen made his special guest appearance, an opportunity for the housewives to voice their thoughts without fear of judgment, while also inviting some playful scrutiny from their fans. The show's format has long been a mix of frivolous fun and meaningful discussions, and tonight would be no exception. When Andy turned his attention to Kyle, he leaned in closely, mirroring the curiosity shared by the audience. "So, Kyle, let's talk about Morgan. You've grown close, haven't you? And let's be real, there's been a lot of buzz about the nature of your relationship. Is there a crush there?" The air grew thick with anticipation as all eyes turned to Kyle. Her initial reaction was one of startled laughter, and she quickly attempted to deflect the question. "Come on, Andy, she's amazing, but it's just a friendship." Yet there was something electric in the way she spoke. Her words were wrapped in hesitation, revealing that perhaps this friendship held more weight than she was willing to admit. "Is that how you really feel?" Andy pressed, raising an eyebrow as he waited for her answer. "I mean, do you really think there's nothing more than friendship there?" Kyle took a deep breath, seemingly caught off guard by the directness of the inquiry. Underneath the playful banter, she felt the pulse of her own emotions, bumping against her carefully constructed facade. "Honestly, we've had some fun moments," she admitted, her voice softening. "Morgan is incredibly talented and has this energy that I just vibe with. It's refreshing." The audience erupted in cheers and applause, urging Kyle to dig deeper into her feelings. "But a crush?" she echoed, the word hanging heavily in the air. "I don't know if I'd call it that. It's complicated." The evening moved on, but Kyle's admission left an indelible mark on both her friends and the viewers at home. As the episode aired, social media exploded with speculation, fans dissecting every nuance of Kyle's interaction with Morgan, searching for clues that hinted at more than mere friendship. The conversation led to discussing what it means for someone like Kyle, a well-established figure in reality television, to face feelings that might veer outside societal norms or expectations. Days later, Kyle took to her Instagram to share a behind-the-scenes look at her latest hangout with Morgan. Smiling widely, wrapped in a playful embrace, the two women looked like they were more than just friends. With a playful caption, "Just hanging with my girl. Can you blame me for having a little crush?" The post fueled the fire and sent fans into a frenzy. The backlash and support came in waves. Fans praised Kyle for her honesty, applauding her willingness to explore the nuances of her relationships. Others were more critical, wondering whether her feelings for Morgan might complicate her life, especially given her long-standing marriage to Mauricio Umansky. In a subsequent interview, Kyle was pressed further about her journey with Morgan. "It's been a whirlwind," she said, her eyes shining with excitement as she recalled their road trips, songwriting sessions, and laughter-filled evenings. "I found myself in a place where I could be completely real. Morgan brings this authenticity that I haven't encountered in a long time. I cherish that." Kyle reflected on how their friendship had encouraged her to break free from the confines of her own expectations. "I think people often underestimate the power of friendships. They don't always have to fit into a box. It can be about admiration, inspiration, and, yes, sometimes something more." As she continued to navigate her feelings, Kyle also spoke candidly about the challenges of being in the limelight. "It's so important for me to be true to myself, especially in the public eye. I refuse to let anyone define my relationships or my experiences. If I feel something, I should be able to express that without fear of judgment, right?" The vulnerability manifesting in Kyle's words spoke volumes about her journey, not just as a public figure, but as a woman navigating the complexities of modern love. Her willingness to share the intricacies of her feelings, acknowledging both the joy and apprehension, resonated with many who related to the challenges of understanding one's own heart. Back at the housewives' gatherings, the energy shifted as her friends began to rally around her cheers of support. Lisa Rinna said, "Listen, whether it's a crush, a friendship, or something deeper, you have to explore it. Life's too short not to." With each passing episode, Kyle's story became a symbol of self-discovery and empowerment. As she explored her feelings toward Morgan, she provided a refreshing narrative that encouraged open conversations about love, friendship, and everything in between. By embracing her vulnerability, Kyle Richards reminded viewers that life is a swirling mix of connections and emotions, an exquisite tapestry woven together with the threads of honesty, authenticity, and sometimes unexpected crushes. And as the drama unfurled, fans eagerly awaited the next chapter in Kyle's journey, captivated by the notion that sometimes the heart knows no bounds.